Collingrove, but it's a couple of blocks souvenir of this year's Australian Hillclimb Championships. Well, Max Sherry from Victoria now in the little mini, a split for the first of a 9.13, the second 24.80, and we wait for him to go up and across the finish line. Right, coming through towards the right, 8.36 again, a personal It's a 23.10, so definitely on record here for a personal best. These little arrows are appearing on our screen regularly with these cars this afternoon. Tony Pike in 29, the Anglia goes through the drivers, and particularly the crew chief here today, Peter Hall, warms up the side. He's determined to be the crew chief. You can see the snake and tail as it comes up. The two biggest black lines on the It looks like the biggest snake I've ever seen. Paulie wheels back the dash. I'm going to hand over to you, Tony, and Adam up there. He's going to be hot. He's going to be in the 34s. Just watch this man go. Well, Alan Kerr on the hill in 66, also his best personal time coming up for a UK driver, Peter Hall. Very nice to They come up on the screen at 22.30, so that's a little bit off the pace from what he did yesterday. Yes, wasn't as tidy around the Channel 9 wall as we saw him yesterday. Everybody else has been just right, that's car 3 plus. Right round he goes. 180 from the other line, which is, your red flag coming up around the straight and so that one's leading through, mate. Circulating now as he goes down. By Gareth Motors, John Taylor, the first car on the hill, a 19.68, a very slow up to and a 37.19, so not a good run for John Taylor. Oh, inside, a very quick run past there, Collingrove, down, all nice and lined up, right around the bit of Channel 9, down towards the tyres, doesn't come under, clean run there going to Sandboard. Heads up towards the 5AASs. We'll check his time. That's a personal best here for the second split, a 22.99. So he's really got the button down there. Absolutely flying through the 5AASs, flicking the back end out. Heads across the circuit there now, waiting for him. Doesn't lose it, with a little bit of opposite market. It's crazy if the Brian Waters cost him a little bit. Tail out a couple of times we're going Channel 9. Doesn't really help your concentration. 30 odd seconds to go up there, you need everything going for you. Certainly got the top part of the circuit a little bit organised this time. 22.85 there, a little off the pace that he did yesterday. But very now down through at the end of the 5AASs. 23.44, so he's still on target there for a personal best if he can hold it all together up through the S's. Gets it all nicely lined up there, the big V8 squeezed into that TC chassis, running for his 8 car, Paul Lilly, down the straight in a Glen, Luke Friday up there, 8.5. So the times really are coming today. Goes up towards the 5AAS. Check his second split time here. 23.75, yes, he's really on a flyer here today. So Paul Lilly in the Glen, his best run so far this week in the Australian Hillclimb Championships, up through the 5AASs, heads off to the finish line. On the top of Channel 9 there, holds it all together. Just shows you how difficult that corner actually is. You can't really appreciate it until you've been up there in a car. Well, when you've been coming flat over the top for 2 days here...
That's in the front, he's in the ring now. Phil Morris sits behind him, though. Very determined to go to the 34 time to Australia 2.5 litre champion. So we'll get back to you under the pressure. Morris to come.
Victoria also has the mountain now, going through the first split at 8.90. The second split there at 24.06. Has been a little bit quicker than his previous run. He goes across the top as we look at the top of the time. Up to the top he comes, a little bit offline. Up to the Coca-Cola. Heads up towards the 5AAS's. A 22.13 for a second split there. That's a personal best for him, so he's really got it going there. He'll be very impressed with this run. We have lots of runs, ladies and gentlemen, but of course you've got to remember that it's a long time in between. Good control as he heads into 5AAS. It's a 21.26. That's a personal best for him this weekend, so he'll be very impressed with that. He heads up through the 5AAS's and out of our view. Very neat, very quick driver is Bruce Combs as we wait for his time to come up here. Very clean line through here. Time of 7.79. Oh, lost it up into the side. Can he catch it there? He caught it well. That was very spectacular. This one, if we're going to try to go back up the
A bit of rubber being laid down on that the edge of that corner there, Adam, and looks like some of them are.
First top 10 contender, Chris
Second split there at 21.12. That's a personal best for him this weekend. He's got a very clean line through here as he heads up through the S's. We'll watch him as he crosses through turn finish line. It should be about a... He's looking to improve on that time. Very smooth through here for a short drive. First split time there. Second split there. He's really on a quick time though. Up through the 5AAS's, wiggles the car through there and out of our view. The power to weight ratio for the little Yamaha Power car, 7 very quick time. Certainly it's 21.18. That's a pretty good time from him. In fact, not quite as fast as the time he did yesterday afternoon, but still very quick. He heads up through the 5 up over the top there. A little bit of second split time at 25.9. That's the first best for him this weekend, so he'll be very impressed with that. Breaks his way up through the 5AAS's. Very fast through there. To have control of the car as it goes up in the S's. Certainly running for a personal best there, a second split time of 20.0. Like a Relive. A little outside there, a couple of wheels out. The rubber. The late Doug Collingrove, given by Freddie Virgo, who now is one of Adelaide's top doctors. A very quick time there on the second split at 22.83. That's a personal best this weekend. So he's doing very, very well as he spreads his way up through the 5AAS's. Nice and tight coming out of Channel 9. There's a bit of a curve, then a short straight into the first of left-handers. And to be able to use advantage of that straight and put the pedal to the pedal, you're running out of trouble. But Russell doing very well through the Channel 9 wall. Later also before that he had the next fitness overall Austin 7, which was the very fast Austin 7. In fact, the fastest Austin 7 in Australia has come back now into the sports car.
personal best over Scott Gerard.
Had a look at the second spot, Steve.
20.68, that's incredible. He's doing very, very well as he heads up towards the 5AASs and threads his way through them.
He's also got one of the
second split time at 26.4. So 3/10 of a second off the pace from yesterday, but I reckon he might be able to make up this room this time as he heads up through the 5AASs.
He's looking for the time. Big there. Big spin.
That's definitely the time that he lost going through Scotch and Rides here.
But no idea, ladies and gentlemen, with a loose halfway up the circuit to take your only entry. Aspects before he made his decision. It's great to see him. He's been running this little mini for quite some years now. The Group M or the old touring cars back in the days when you had your Cortinas and your Holts and your FJs and so forth.
On a very good run here. Comfortable with this run, he's going very well. Continuing his personal best run here with a 24.79. He's really getting it down. He threads his way up through the 5AASs and out of our view.
Across the top to the Kearns Auctions finish line to record his...
Second split time there of 24.74, still going on a personal best there, so this certainly hasn't affected his attitude towards racing today at all.
Search the looker through the 5AASs at the top, takes the right hander. Alan Peat on the track now in the Mustang is third in class. A couple of weeks ago, and a little bit pushy on the circuit, having his first look at the hill, gets to the top part, certainly he can slide the back of that Mustang around very well. Looking for his times, an 8.61 and then a 24.20. And also the Hillclimb here, had another unit with exactly the same thing here on the motor. 39.64. He takes the lap.
He'll sit on yesterday's time. I think the guys are just trying just a little bit too much. Plan the match a little bit better.
For those people down on the start line, we should point out that they can do one more. It just doesn't work. They are entitled. Countless number of cars here driving the big Chevy Impala. They use drive. Different cars that we have here. Back in the great Impala that he raced around the circuit. He went to a lot of trouble to find it. Restored it here, beautiful condition.
Second split time there of a 24.74. A little bit slower than his run yesterday, but I'm sure he'll be improving on that as he threads his way up through the 5AAS.
Michael, motorsport has certainly proved a big tourism winner for South Australia. Is this your first look at hill climbing?
It is, my first time at a hill climb and also the first ride in it, which is pretty exciting. You can see why people get so enthusiastic about it.
Well, indeed, a fantastic crowd today, and it is really a special location, isn't it?
It is, it's great. And it does all the ingredients that is so important about events for South Australia. That is, it brings people here for a few days, it enables the people to get out of Adelaide and come into the surrounding areas, and also great because it complements and puts a new focus on something else, which is Barossa, which is thought of as being just one thing, and now of course something like this has a great opportunity on top of that again.
Now an event like this, obviously in future years with the Grand Prix going east, it's the opportunity exists for this to really develop up, and along with other sort of motorsport.
It really does. It does that sort of thing which we try to do so often with events in South Australia, and get people to stay longer in the state, have a look around, drive around, look at a few other things, spend a bit of money while you stay in accommodation up here, and enjoy this beautiful surroundings at a great time of the year.
And if you get real serious, you can bring your own car and have a spin.
You could, why wouldn't you?
Well, Bob, one way or another in motorsport, you've either driven it or reported on it. How does hill climbing fit into motorsport?
It's one of those bizarre forms of motorsport that's really quite unique, but a lot of fun. It's a sort of an all-family type event. I've had a couple of cracks at this hill climb, and it's a lot harder than it looks. It's a little bit like golf. You know, once you make a mistake, there's no recovery. Unlike racing or rallying, you know, where you can pick up time and maybe pick up the other competitors. In this, you make a blue, and that's there on the time book, and you live with it.
You say it is a family sport. I mean, a lot of the families here seem to double up in the car.
Yes, that's right. Under the rules that they run here, you know, 2 or even 3 people can drive the same car. So, you know, you stick a 1 in front of the number and a 1 behind it, and you know, everybody can have a crack. Mum, dad, kids. And then there's always an argument at the end of the day as who actually drove best.
Yeah, or who bent the car up and stopped everybody else having a drive.
Exactly.
Do you see scope for this sort of thing to develop bigger than it is now?
It's a very old form of motorsport, and there's no reason why it shouldn't grow. You can see from the way it's been running today that it's it's gaining in popularity. There's very, very quick cars here, and cars that use on the track you can use here. You know, the Formula Brabhams, Formula 2s. So I think there's scope for it to improve, and it's comparatively cheap.
And it's very big overseas, parts of Europe, North America, where there's a hill climbing culture, if you like. I guess the thing that would help it along here if some of the real big names in Australian motorsport got involved.
Yes, that's right. In previous years, people like Norm Beachy, when he was running touring cars, actually did compete here as well. So did Bob Jane.
Colin Bond, I think.
Colin Bond, was very keen at this sort of thing. So, it'd be good to see some of the names come back and have a go at it. It is good fun. I'm sure they'd enjoy it.
And you can't beat the location, can you?
Can't beat the location. It's great.
Stan, it's coming down to the last session for this afternoon, and how do you feel about it?
Well, it's been a pretty good run so far, and we're trying to get it together, and we hope to get together the next run.
What are you going to are you going to change anything in the last run?
No, just try and find the track.
Now, there was a bit of oil dropped up there earlier this morning or early this afternoon. Is that still posing a problem?
No, it seems perfectly okay at the moment. They've done a good job of cleaning it up.
So what are you looking to do in this last session? What's your figure you're going to put on it?
Just try and keep it all together and keep it clean and tidy.
I think by the time our class gets out there again, it'll be getting fairly cool and hopefully the record's safe, but we never know. Roger's a pretty hard punter when it comes late in the afternoon, so wait and see. Yeah,
the track temperature's been sitting constantly around about the 50-degree mark. As you said, it's cooled down a little bit. Does that make any difference to your time?
Not normally, as long as it doesn't get too much cooler. But we're looking at 5:30 for our next run, and that's getting a little bit late, I think.
So what do you think about adjustments to the cars? Have you made any, or is it just basically keeping straight lines?
Keep straight lines and go like hell, and that's all we can do at this stage. It's too late for anything else.
Well, let's just hope that your lap record stays in your hands, but there's some stiff competition. Good luck.
Thanks very much. Yeah, we'll be out there trying our best on the last run, and 1 second between 5 of us in that last run, so anything could happen.
Sure could. Thanks, mate. Good luck.
No worries. No worries at all.
Roger, 1/10 of a second off. One more session to go. How's it going?
It's got to be a do or die. It's time for brain out, put it in the bucket and go for it.
Well, do you reckon that's a good idea, leaving your brain out?
Well, you got to. I think in this sport sometimes you've got to take some calculated risks, but other times you've just got to hang it all on the line and go for it.
It's been reasonably windy today. It was quite hot yesterday. The track temperature, as I was saying, was around 50 constant. Temperature's dropping. Is that going to make any difference to your time?
It's certainly going to make it a bit more difficult. Yesterday was ideal. The first run yesterday when I set the good time was ideal. It then got a bit cooler in the afternoon, and this is a bit cooler in this second run this afternoon. So it's going to be difficult, but it's still achievable.
What goes through your mind when you realise you're only 1/10 off not only a lap record but also a substantial amount of money?
It's really not the money, although the money would be very nice, but to have my name on the record board at the Sporting Car Club for the hill climb is what it's all about.
Well, Roger, it comes down to this last session. Good luck, and who knows, you may take that record with you.
Thank you.
Someone's very difficult for these top runners. Yeah, I know, there's a lot of speed there, and also a personal best coming up here with a 20.25. Pretty big car. Now, Andy Gold started last time, just outside the top 5. Jarrett won't be very happy with that. He'll go to work on it throughout the Club Series next year. He had a top speed of 105. 35.22. He currently ran 36.36. So the tough stuff car has got some tough work to do.
I'll just cut in here. We've got Ivan Tyers, one of the top 10 contenders. We have his crew chief with us. Any changes to the car? Yes, a couple of minor changes.
Now on the front.
$19.40, so he could break his own record that he did yesterday. This is going very well. He's got a 32.43. And Crossroy with us now. Second this time there at 20.28. He's picked up a lot of time through that second section there. That's improved his personal best. We'll check him as he crosses the turns finishing line. Should be in line for a 33.5. 5.11 to start this morning during an individual back to front. Maximum speed. A second split time there of 21.66. It's 300ths of a second. A little slower than his run yesterday, but we'll check that as he crosses the line. Turns here. We'll check his split time. Check his second split time there at 20.28. It's a very good time for him, a personal best this weekend. He's really on fire. He goes up through the 5AA.
John Alford is victorious, of course. Very fast time.
Yesterday afternoon. He'll be pretty pleased with that. Second split time there at 21.21, so he's really improving his time. They're very consistent. Again, 700ths of a second faster than his time yesterday.
Up through the S's heading towards the Kearns auction finish line in the black colour.
Here. And Mr. Shearer is going to tell us any changes to the car between sessions.
No, we don't need to change anything. He's pretty confident.
A confident run here. Out to commentary.
Thank you, Harry Venables, for talking with Kevin Shearer there. And just looking at the times for the race. Short straight into the left-hander, right through the middle of the track, round through the S's. As we watch Scott Perrott go up through the 5AAS's, hooks it in nice and tidy, round the right-hander, heads down towards the left-hander and towards the 5AA finish.
Keeps the car very straight as he goes up into the 5AAS. Flick the car around there, beautifully done. Well done, catches it well, going round into the left-hander here and going up towards the turn finishing line. Unfortunately, that's that.
The 5AAS's. Perhaps, Barry, you can keep track down there if you've got the screen down there, because our screen's on blank. They're trying to fix it.
Very well controlled. We'll give giving him a little fright as he went through here, but he's managed to catch it. He's flicked it up through the S's. Oh, he's off the circuit there. He manages to catch it though. That's very impressive driving from Barry.
Very well. The 5AAS is nice and tidy. Looks around the left-handed dabber brakes, but well positioned on the track. Flicks the tail out to get round. Oh, and he goes right around and off the track. Is coming down, way down the hill. Running for up there.
That's 22.33. That's a very good time from him. It's a second off the pace. He'll be really gunning it up through the 5AAS's though. We'll wait for him to cross turn finish line.
They're looking for a hole up this morning, so that's him in the car at the moment.
That's actually a class lead for the first split there, so he's really on fire today. He heads up through the 5AAS's.
21.35 for the second leg, not quite as good as his personal best there. Looking for him to run over the finish line this time.
Pretty good time for him off the block to the wall. The enters into the 5AAS's. Takes a second split time there at 22.85. That's 0.03 of a second slower than his time yesterday. So he should be able to pick up that time as he heads up through the 5AAS's. We'll wait for him to cross the Kearns finishing line.
Running on the jump tyres. You're running in a up rally. Ed Aitken now, looking at the time.
A very, very fast time of 20.43 through the second split there. This could be a class leading time as he threads his way up through the 5AAS's. Keep an eye on that. He should be around a...
301. For a moment, comes up and into the first of the left hand of the S's there.
Second split time there at 25.06. So he might have appeared to be slow, but he's actually picked 200th of a second off his time yesterday. So he's certainly on a flyer as he threads his way up.
And now David Martin is 65, running for Australian truck.
We'll check his second split time there at 21.34. That's a personal best for him today, so he'll be very pleased with that. He switches the rear end of the car around through the S's. We'll watch his time as he crosses Kearns finishing line.
Car 115, Wayne Burns, also from the New South Wales. there. And up that short straight here, that's big V8 as he puts the power into it and goes up there into the S's, flicks it around very neat, very tidy, waiting for him to come in for his first official run today. Up over the top, running the Harley, very quickly over the top.
Very controlled. Check his second split time there at 21.02. That's a very good time for him, a personal best, so he's really on a flyer today. So Colin Miles up over the top through the S's, coming up for his final. South Australian driver running for Happy Valley Man. The first one at a 20.93 for his second run. He's very quick there, very close to beating his own time here. We'll check him as he goes up through the 5AAS's. Fractionally untidy through the second right hand. Very quick time for Wayne Drew from Victoria in the RX-7, the mobile sponsored car. Up the top, gets the tail out one way, out the other, goes around. This is going to lose him a little bit of time at the top. I don't think it'll be as fast as his previous run. We'll wait for the
This is the one of the double entry cars.
First split time there, 9.36, quite a good time. Second split time, an excellent second split time there, 26.05. If she can hold it together up through the S's, she'll better the time that she did yesterday, and that's what today is all about. Waiting for her to cross the Hearns finishing line.
Very quick up there. These cars, he was very quick up there, holding it all together, seems to be going quite strongly, very neatly around the top through the 5 AASs there, runs across the finish line.
A very fast time there, a second split.
Heads up towards the S's.
An 18.68. That's an incredible time for him. He did a 19.05 yesterday, so he's certainly on a flyer. It looks certain to beat his time that he did.
The top of the hill runs over the tyres, and a little wide gets yesterday afternoon. Quite often, these untidy runs are the quickest. Waiting for his time as he gets to the top of the hill. Despite his little wiggle up through there, he did an 18.19. A red car up over the top.
An 18.70. It's a little slower than he did yesterday.
Around the S's, he's very quick. Kim hooks that VW around the top there. So we wait as he goes towards the very quick. Earlier, by a bit, he went up into the second split.
Was a little slower, 19.98.
Very quick through the top S's. In runs for a finish time at the Coombs auction line. Up over the top, very quick. Gets just on the edge
of the this morning, heading up to second split at 18.92. That's a very fast time for him.
Kevin tells me they learned more in the 3 days here at Collingrove with changes and the speed in which they change it than they've done with half a dozen race meetings. So he's up over the top, he's up a 7th car.
We'll take the second split time at 18.12. This is a class record here. He could be going to beat the 29.98 done yesterday.
Just watching as he goes up through the 5 AAS's run to the top.
Got to rise as he heads up through 5 AAS's. Second split time there of 18.29. This guy is on fire.
So up through the S's at the top.
But that is huge, that turnout, and we welcome the active motor racing car to the bridge.
It's been a very spectacular car all weekend. It's the 71 car.
Certainly has. Queensland in the Katinga for his final run. Up over the top, just touches the tyres here.
over the top, catches the tyre. He got it. I reckon he's there in 5. He's turned it in. He's got it. Yes, and he's away up there. A bit of a slow start. Got the power into it. A high. At the top here to the and straight on. Upwind dragging, kicks it into the
Well, Paul Stokel, third up today. It was a pretty tight competition, but third's not too bad considering how close it was.
No, considering our earlier problems yesterday, we went quite well, and it's our first time here, and the team were learning, I was learning, and in the end I had a ball. It was fantastic, and I look forward to do it again.
Stan Keane, 1975 Hillclimb champion and last year's champion, pipped at the post this year. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I'm quite happy today. We've had the strongest competition that we've had in about 8 or 9 years, and it's been great competing, and seeing the meeting tick over like it has, it's just been a wonderful feeling. And I congratulate Roger because he's worked very, very hard and deserves it. And it's only just a whisker in front, but those small amounts take an awful lot of getting. It's unbelievable. But yeah, great, and I congratulate him.
Stan, we talked just before the last session about the difference in track temperature. Do you think that played a part in the final session because it cooled down quite dramatically?
Oh, I don't think so. The track's been fantastic all the weekend, and we couldn't have asked for better weather than what we've had. It's been one of the best 3 days that we've ever had at Collingrove, and the atmosphere, the place, it's just performed beautifully, and no, I'm happy to be a part of it.
So do you think that you might have learnt even a little bit more this year to come back next year and take another assault on the hill?
Oh my word, yes, we'll have a lot more horsepower, and it'll be a different story next time. We're running standard engines that we use in our Formula Brabhams, and to apply them to the hill is totally different than running like Roger runs, is a pure hill climb car with enormous engine, very lightweight and enormous traction. So for all the Brabhams that have competed, it's been a fantastic effort from all of them to come up here and convert to an event like this.
So I guess you'd be compromising in some areas, is what you're saying?
Enormously, but now having the weather we've had to try a few different things. Other times we come here, you have one run in the dry, and then we've got cold weather because we only run in the winter time because of the fire risk in the summertime, and you don't get time to do any testing or changing. So this time it's allowed everyone to have a little bit of a change and try different things and different combinations, which resulted in some very, very good times.
Well, overall second place, Stan Keane, well done. First place to Roger Harrison, not quite the $10,000 though, Roger.
Very close, Glenn, but a long way off, yes. Slightly disappointed for not taking out the record, but the championships are pretty good consolation.
Well, it's been a long time between drinks for you. You won in 1983 and now again in 1994. You must be happy.
Yes, yeah, very pleased indeed. I've been runner-up, I think, 3 times in the meantime, by very, very small margins. So no, this is good.
Competition was pretty tight there. You only just managed to stay ahead, and you did your best run actually in the first run yesterday.
Yes, can't quite explain that. Normally I tend to wind up and put in my fastest time at the end of the meeting, generally on the last run. Out of character for me to come out and put the first one down a very good one, but I'm very pleased nonetheless.
So do you think that you might have learned even more this year for next year's assault on the hill?
You always learn. The day you stop learning is the day you die.
Yeah, there were some oil problems up there earlier in the day. Obviously didn't affect you in the last session, and you held everything tighty together and took it out.
No, I didn't see a thing.
And what do you reckon of the organisation here as far as...
Fantastic. I think the organisers should be given a very hearty congratulation. It's a great meeting, the best meeting we've ever seen at Collingrove, and I hope it's going to be one of many good ones to come.
Well, it'll be possibly a bigger and better assault on the hill next year. You will come back as the defending champion, as 1994 Australian Hillclimb Championship. Well done, congratulations. Maybe next year the 10 grand.
Well, if it's still up and running, I'll be having a bash at it. You can bet your bottom dollar on that.
Well done, Roger.
Thanks,
congratulations.
Dan.
I have Ken Messenger and Bill Han, a couple of organisers. Bill, a lot of work's gone into make this the successful event that it was this weekend.
It's like any successful event, it's a team effort, and there's been some wonderful contributions by a lot of people and probably the hardest working guy in Australia in the last month has been this man here. He's done a fantastic job. We're very proud of him. Well, I think, Ken, thanks very much, mate. It really was bloody marvellous.
Wait up, mate, we're a team, so what do I have to give you for saying that?
Ken, 18-hour days.
Well, mate, we've done this because we believe in the concept of what's been done here, and that is to build up the profile of hill climbing in Australia as a major sport, and to have a festival of activity, not just the hill climb, to make it a family fun-filled thing, and just let everyone have a lot of fun. So the work and the commitment and the time and the money really don't count. When you believe in something, you've got to go for it, and that's what we've done, isn't it?
The exciting part about it is that it really has been an effort of so many people who've captured the vision and seen what Ken and I've shared, and the sense of we believe we can build this up to something that is worthwhile. It's not just a one-day event or a two-day event.
It's very big in Europe, isn't it? It's bigger than Formula One.
Oh gosh, it is not only Europe, UK and the United States, and in Australia there's a lot of very serious competition for hill climbing in the eastern states. It's bigger than it is here in South Australia, but South Australia has the capacity to run very successful events, and this is the starting point. We believe we're onto something very successful here.
What did you do? Did you really
You're on. Oh, yeah. You're on. Bigger up. That's good.
Number 5, Peter Finlay. Young Kim Rolack. Well done, Kim.
You checked in the mail. All Stokel is third. You checked in the mail. That's what it is.
Third outright.
Hang on. Kim's going to give us a 10-minute speech.
No, stand up here. Stand up here, Kim. Stay here. Third outright, Paul Stokel.
Second outright, Stan Keen.
Second outright, Stan Keen.
First outright.
First outright, Roger Harrison. With Roger not yet to come, it is fitting that at this time we just say thank you very much to the fine competition that's happened all of this weekend. I think it's just been so exciting. We're glad that the $10,000 didn't go off.
And I've still got my record.
And Kim's still got his record, which really is amazing because the track was so good, the heat was right, the competition was fierce, so that just says a heck of a lot for the fine performances that have been held here over the years, and it obviously therefore sets the pattern for further fine performances in the future. So I think we've got this magnificent group of competitors who are reflective of all of the competition that's been going on the whole weekend, so well done.
What's going on here?
Hang on. Right, just while we get the last bit of light, and before we introduce Roger, we also want to make sure that at this time All of the sponsors are thanked for the support that has been given to this event. We've had over 100 sponsors for this event, and that's why we've got the infrastructure in place. The support generally has just been absolutely outstanding. The helpers that have been working tirelessly for the 3 days of this meeting, and Bill Hand, the event chairman, will, I'm sure, say something in a while about all of the help that's gone on before that. So here we are. We now have a new Australian champion, and that is Roger Harrison. Well done, Roger.
Well, what can I say? It's been a long time between drinks, I can assure you. First of all, I'd like to thank very much the Sporting Car Club for putting on this fantastic event today or this weekend, and I think you all agree it's been absolutely messenger and the committee. Stan, I'm glad you worked so hard because I think you're buggered today. You've done a good job. No, seriously, these guys have done a fantastic job. I mean, look at the place. It's just absolutely fantastic. Nothing like we've seen at Collingrove before. I think it's a credit to the whole organising committee. I'd like to congratulate Stan on a great job.
Congratulations, Roger, too.
Have you ever had anything to do with horses and hunting, Stan? Do you know what a hound does when it gets hold of a fox? And Paul, congratulations.
Well done, mate.
And host. have we got a bed tonight?
Sure.
No, it's been a great event. And I think from every person here, one person in particular must be thanked, which is Bob Angus. Is he still here?
Here.
No, he's gone. That's a pity, but no. Well, thanks, Bob, in your absence. What else can I say?